me, da 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 da.
Murder, murder, da 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 da.
You are my candy girl.
That I want to disembowel.
God, would you shut up? What's with you? They say I have the singing voice of an angel.
And the temper of Charles Manson against any who say otherwise.
Why do you keep doing that? Doing what? Speaking normal 1 second, and then bursting out in random psychosis the next. Oh, didn't I mention it? I've been diagnosed clinically bipolar. No, you failed to inform me. Don't worry about it. I'm taking medication.
As far as you know.
Right. Anyway, another thing that I failed to ask, but which has been bugging me is, what the maggot-ridden corpse are you supposed to be? Oh, I'm an, inner demon. I know my demons, but I've never heard of that one. We don't register on the public eye normally, and are mainly thought of in terms of concepts, rather than a corporeal being. But we do exist. That still doesn't explain anything. Well, you know when you get a voice in your head suggesting you do something that normally you never would? Such as shoplift a candy bar from a convenience store? Write graffiti on a bathroom stall?
Pluck the eyeballs out of your grandmother as she sleeps!
Well, we inner demons are the ones that whisper such temptations into your subconscious. You're not to use that ability on me. I wouldn't dream of it. I feel so reassured. Now then, I suppose we ought to start the show. For those tuning in, I am Phantom Jimmy Morte-Dieff, and this is my co-host, Osto P. Rosis. Since Halloween is coming up, the powers that be have insisted that we do a Halloween special. Not that every show hasn't already been this display of horror. I suppose we could put up some more gothic decorations.
Or hose the place down with the blood of my victims!
I am not splurging on more decorations, nor am I cleaning up after you, Osto. It's bad enough that I have to go through a dozen air fresheners to rid the place of the sulfurous smell every time Satin shows up. You mean, Satan? Whatever. So, what are we gonna do? Have a party? Trick or treat?
Summon the elder gods to feast on the entrails of the masses and bathe in their excrement!
No, we're going to do something simple and cheap. Basically, we're going to rip off Letterman and do a top 10 list. Oh goody. How exciting. Stuff it. Okay. Top 10 practical jokes to play on Halloween night. Number 10. Smear vapor rub on doorbell in hopes that the kiddies will rub it in their eyes sometime that night. Lame. Number 9. Hand out laxative-coated candy apples. Gross. Besides, what with the razor blade scare, parents are throwing out the fresh produce that is handed out. Talk about lack of trust. Number 8. Slide a lit stink bomb through the door that has one of those mail slots. Number 7.
Forget the stink bomb! Rig a hand grenade to the mailbox lid!
A practical joke is funnier if the victim survives through it, Osto.
Not for me it isn't!
Number 6. Use glow-in-the-dark paint to write obscene messages on the sides of the victim's house. Make sure to do it at night, so that no one will be able to see the messages until the next day after the paint has absorbed all the sunlight. If you're lucky, the owners won't notice it for weeks.
Too passive-aggressive for my taste. Number 5. Pre-chew the gum that you're handing out to trick-or-treaters.
Once again, something that will be checked beforehand.
Hey, they don't have to eat it to be grossed out by it.
Good point. So now on to number 4. The classic prank of a flamin' bag of poo on the porch.
Number 3. Take it a step forward and take a dump inside of a gift-wrapped box and put it in their mailbox. For extra points, sprinkle it with anthrax.
Homeland Security must love you.
For some reason, they told me they have my number on speed dial.
Surprise, surprise. Number 2. Rig your water sprinklers to be motion activated.
Now there's a holiday that is just all wet.
Which brings us up to the number 1 Halloween prank.
Grinding up the remains of trick-or-treaters and making meat pies out of them. Then donating said pies to the Salvation Army food drive.
Now that it's just said and done, this top 10 list was a really stupid idea. You butchered what little comedic value that it had.
Oh sure, blame it on your inner demon.
I'm tired. I'm going to bed. I wish you all a happy Halloween, but I really don't care.
Trick or treat, smell my feet. I see yummy kids to eat!
My death has reached a new low.
Hi. Do I have your attention? This is your inner demon speaking. Just relax and let my words infiltrate your mind. Here's a few orders that will make your life so much better. Your parents, they do so much for you. So show your appreciation by cooking them a meal once in a while. Garnished with arsenic! Education is also important. Remember to study, take notes, and print off the answers from the internet! And if all that fails, have a one-on-one tutoring session with your teacher that they will never return from! For the guys, some dating advice. Always compliment at least one feature of your date. Her hair, her clothes, her bouncing jubblies! I'm sure she'll appreciate it. If not, they're still roofies! For the girls, if your date becomes too aggressive, a taser to the eyeballs works wonders! Remember, there are always other fish in the sea. At least until I finish building my chain of mercury-dumping plants! Good night.